You would not expect what unfolded inside this courtroom. A once feared judge openly belittled a respected attorney before the entire room. But just moments later, the scene shifted, and he himself ended up in handcuffs. The chain of events behind this shocking twist will leave you stunned. Before moving forward, share in the comments where you are watching from. And if real stories like this interest you, consider subscribing to the channel, because tomorrow we will bring another important story you will not want to miss. Now, let us continue. Jasmine Crockett was no stranger to intense battles long before stepping into Congress. She had spent years defending clients as a criminal defense attorney, standing up for those without a voice, and later made her mark in politics as a strong advocate. But nothing could have prepared her for what awaited her today. The courtroom she entered that morning belonged to Judge Howard Gates, a man well known for his sharp tongue, unpredictable rulings, and hidden bias. The case she carried was not ordinary. It was a high-stakes corruption trial involving a wealthy real estate developer with strong connections to political power. The charges were severe, diverting state funds into private projects, and Jasmine had been appointed as special prosecutor to uncover the truth. Even before she spoke, the environment turned tense. Judge Gates barely acknowledged her arrival at the prosecution table. He flipped through a file slowly, deliberately, filling the room with silence that carried weight. When he finally spoke, his words were filled with scorn. "Miss Crockett, I hope you brought something worth hearing. Or should we skip to the part where you waste my time with theatrics?" A few quiet laughs came from the defense table. Jasmine stood tall, unfazed. "Your Honor, the evidence is clear. This case centers on the misuse of taxpayer money. My responsibility is to present the facts accurately." Gates leaned back, pretending to be bored. "Taxpayer money, right? That has never been used for false claims before, has it?" Jasmine's jaw tightened, but her tone stayed firm. "With respect, Your Honor, charges of corruption and fraud are not baseless." Their eyes locked, his cold and dismissive, her steady and determined. Before she could continue, he interrupted again. "Miss Crockett, spare me the lectures. Get to the point. I do not have time for your political fantasy." Whispers rose from the gallery. Something fell off. This was more than a tough judge. This felt targeted. Jasmine stayed composed, opened a folder, and said, "Your Honor, I would like to direct the court to Exhibit A. These financial records clearly show." "Do you always bury people in paperwork, Miss Crockett?" he snapped. "Or is this how you cover for a weak argument?" The room stiffened. The defense attorney smirked. Jasmine did not flinch. She calmly set the folder down, clasped her hands, and said, "If you prefer to address this personally, I can request a recess to handle any concerns." It was a subtle pushback, polite yet firm, a clear signal she would not be intimidated. Judge Gates smirked. "Oh, I have no concerns, Miss Crockett. I only see a weak case before me." This time the gallery reacted with gasps and whispers. A judge was expected to remain neutral, but this was openly biased. Jasmine did not raise her voice. She pressed on. "Then I suggest we let the evidence speak." She presented more financial data, revealing major discrepancies in project funding. But once again, Gates cut in. "I hate to interrupt your show. I really do, but I think we have seen enough numbers for today." "Your Honor," she replied, "these numbers are the foundation of the case." "Of course," he scoffed, "yet I see nothing that justifies wasting this court's time." His intent was clear. He was not only dismissive, he wanted to shut the case down before it started. Jasmine reached for another page. "Your Honor, I would like to submit a motion." "Denied." She looked up, surprised. "I have not even stated the motion, and yet I already know it has no merit." The tension peaked. The audience was no longer simply observing. They felt the hostility. Jasmine recognized it too. Gates was not just difficult. He was shielding someone. He simply did not realize she knew. "Very well," she said calmly. She projected a document, a contract between the developer and the city planning office. Then came the turning point. She placed another document on the screen, an internal ledger showing the developer. The records revealed nearly twice the approved budget. Then came a third file, bearing the signature of Judge Howard Gates. The courtroom reacted with shock. Jasmine turned calmly to him. "Your Honor, can you explain why your signature appears on an unauthorized financial transfer involving the defendant?" For the first time, Gates had no quick reply. His face showed nothing. "That document is inadmissible," he said quietly. "On what grounds?" Jasmine asked. "It was obtained improperly." "Your Honor, it was subpoenaed by my office. Then it was mishandled. It will not be considered." But the damage was done. Everyone had seen it. The jury, the gallery, the press. No one could forget it. Jasmine continued. This is a public hearing. The media is present. Everyone just saw you dismiss critical evidence without cause. That is enough, Miss Crockett. But she did not stop. She calmly reached into her briefcase, brought out a small recorder, and pressed play. A voice echoed through the chamber. Take care of it. I don't care how. Make sure she never gets those ledgers. The silence was heavy. Everyone recognized the voice. It was Judge Gates. Jasmine let the recording finish, then asked softly, the real question is, who are you speaking to, Your Honor? He erupted in anger, but it was too late. She placed another document forward, a wiretap transcript identical to the recording. She turned to the officer nearby. Reynolds, please read the highlighted part. The word struck hard. We'll deal with her. If Crockett has something, I'll make sure it never reaches a courtroom. The room broke out in chaos. Gates tried to seize control. This hearing is concluded. Jasmine stood. I was not asking for your permission. She gave a small nod. A door opened. Footsteps echoed. Judge Howard Gates, you are under arrest. Gasps filled the room. Cameras flashed. Reporters rushed forward. 2 officers walked to the bench. The handcuffs glinted. Gates tried protest, but his words carried no weight. You have the right to remain silent. For the first time in his career, Judge Gates was silent. He sat frozen, powerless, as the cuffs locked shut. Jasmine remained seated, her face composed. This was not victory. This was accountability. As the judge was escorted out, developer Charles Lawson panicked. Wait. We can work something out. Jasmine approached, calm and steady. You seem nervous, Mr. Lawson. Why is that? He stammered. You don't really think Gates is guilty, do you? She paused. Do you? The courtroom had changed. The corruption was uncovered. But the case itself was not finished. Jasmine turned to the now empty bench. To whoever next presides, I wish to submit further evidence. Because if we found this, there's more. She faced Lawson again. So, I will ask one more time. Do you want to talk? Lawson exhaled, his defenses falling. If I do, I want protection. Jasmine nodded. Then you had better start. And so the real reckoning began. No one is above the law. Thank you for watching this video. Let us know in the comments where you are tuning in from and which part you found most compelling. We value your thoughts. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss more stories of resilience, effort, and truth. Everyone has a story worth hearing. Let us continue sharing these important lessons together. See you in the next one.